I don't think so. You really can't come up with good lies as a kindergartner in a first or second grade or whatever my brother was.
I think I got you I think I got you beat, though. I had the same story, me and my two brothers.
I was trying to bring an outside source into the
situation.
I think I got you beat, though.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers, 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, I believe.
Yeah.
Did the same thing. We called it playing Vietnam in the woods.
Yeah, sure.
We had all the plastic soldiers, and we set up little wars and stuff. And it wasn't good enough that it was the green men against the gray men with the tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool for a while. Like, all right, we're playing war, man. Me against you. And
Any good Vietnam scenario needs some napalm.
Yeah, you set up the bunkers and all this.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, it gets a little boring. Like, let's introduce fire into our war games.
Right.
Fire. So just like you, we start with a little fire, and then we'd make little fire like bombs and throw it at the other guy's soldiers and stuff, and it was all fun
Very
and
cool.
games. But then a little fire gets boring, and you gotta up the ante. So now we're like
more fire.
Now we're just piling leaves up around our war area, and now we're just setting the whole thing on fire. And just like you said, your little feet.
Oh, they stomp
and get the fire out.
Ooh, gotta put that out.
You're like, okay, we survived that little, brush of fire.
Your little Pia flyers.
Right,
Trying
exactly.
to put that out.
So then we would make a little bigger fire. Woo, 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 and now there's 3 of us all
Put it out.
getting it out just in time.
Oh, look, a little fire squeezing out over there. You better get that.
Ran and got that one. So it got to the point, like, now there's a fire going. Now it's a little windy, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The wind blows the fire into another pile of leaves, which blows it into a tree. Next thing you know, we have a raging fire in the backyard. I mean, raging. You know where I live in Centerport there.
Yep.
All the woods. I'm not kidding.
Making that the horrifying popping, crackling fire noise when you're a kid, and you look around and you're the only people there.
You're like,
and you're responsible for it, and it's completely out of control.
Completely out of control, but there's me and my brothers trying our best, man. Now, at this point, we're melting our sneakers.
Yeah.
We got, like, soot all over our faces. I mean, it is out of control, and, I was brought up...
Was the soot on your faces so you'd have an alibi later? You could ask the neighbors who did it, and they'd just say, a couple of black guys I saw in the woods. No?
I was brought up with strict parents, and we knew there was going to be hell to pay, like, no one's business. So we're like, we got to try to get this fire out. We're trying everything. The whole freaking woods is going up on fire, the trees, everything. And at the top of the hill behind me is another house.
Uh-oh.
That house, the side of it, wasn't officially on fire, but very, very close. Very close.
Hot,
okay?
a little sooty.
Of course, the fire department, the Centerport Fire Department comes and puts out the fire, but it did take a while.
Yeah.
And now, like, you see the water on the trees dripping down, and half the woods are burnt up, and now they
Good job.
Now they line me and my 2 brothers up, and we got just little white T-shirts and our little jeans on and our melted sneakers and
weighing 100 pounds between all of you.
Oh yeah. The soot on our face and they just line us up. The cops are there, and our parents, and we're like, oh my God. And I'm like, think fast. I gotta get my brothers out of this, man, right? So they're like, do you guys know what happened back there? It's so obvious we did it. And I'm like, officer, I did see some oily rags while I was playing in the woods with my brother.
You came up with the spontaneous combustion alibi?
Hey, man, we had fire prevention in school like that week. And they said that oily rags could be very dangerous around the house and the garage.
Sure, they bought that one.
So I said, yeah, I remember when we were running around the woods, I saw some oily rags.
Oily rags.
They didn't buy it, and we were punished the whole summer, couldn't, like, use our woods, which was just devastating.
It was burnt down anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. But then, my parents were sick Fs, man, because we weren't allowed to leave our driveway for the whole summer, okay?
That was your punishment?
And I mean, our backyard was a huge playground. We had our tree forts and everything, And my cousins and stuff would come over, and they would be allowed to run around the woods, and we would just sit in the the driveway.
You'd have to watch them.
And watch them have a grand old time up there. But I blamed it on the oily rags in the woods. So, see, this is what kids do, Jim. They don't play Monster Rain.
Yeah, Monster Rain.
I think Monster Rain is more fun than that awful fire in the woods.
Notice it.
At least no one got hurt.
Notice that Aunt and I's story had nothing to do with sucking cock.
But it would have soon. It would have soon. A couple boys frolicking in the woods. Believe me, you weren't far off.
Setting fire. I'm going to tell unless you zip.
Yeah. Believe me, one sideward glance during a group tinkle, and it would have all been downhill from there.
Hey, let's say hi to Rob. Hey, Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hey, guys.